Now to yet another problem at Rikers Island Jail that will leave you scratching your head and asking the question, how could this happen? The jail set up a special and isolated unit for prisoners suspected of setting fires. But an overseer says Rikers didn't have the proper fire prevention equipment, and so the jail shut down the unit the very next day it opened. 7 on Your Side investigative reporter Dan Krauth is here now digging deeper. Dan?
Yes, Bill, a court-appointed monitor which oversees Rikers filed this special report right here. It accuses leadership at the jail of putting the safety of both inmates and officers at risk in new ways, something the city tonight denies. In the nearly 60-page report filed in federal court, the independent monitor claims the Department of Corrections opened an arson reduction housing unit at Rikers last month, a place to put inmates who have a history of setting fires. Court documents state the city did it without notifying the monitor, which is required. And on top of that, the new housing unit did not have a working fire suppression system to put out fires, even though it was a place to house inmates who are suspected of causing arson. The monitor said the failure to consult in this case was not just a bureaucratic failure. This housing unit posed a serious risk of harm to those incarcerated and to staff. The chair of the City Council's Criminal Justice Committee agrees.
It makes you think as to, is it a disdain for accountability? Is it just deep culture of dysfunction and the mismanagement? It's kind of hard to wrap your brain around something that is so dangerous for incarcerated and staff.
In a statement, the city says it does have a system in place, saying the unit has a working fire suppression system that meets NYC Fire and Building Code. In this case, fire suppression refers to sprinklers, which are not installed in each individual cell and are not required by law.
There was a week in September, there were 15 fires on Rikers Island. That was in the federal monitor's report. And they also had a fire in April that actually injured 20 people.
The report also claims the changing leadership at Rikers hasn't helped the problem. Over the past 3 years, 3 different commissioners have been in charge, and the latest is now moving to a new position at City Hall. The monitor wrote in court documents, and yet another imminent leadership transition is expected to further impact an already unstable, erratic, and chaotic environment. And this new report here comes as a court battle continues about whether control of Rikers should be handed over to a federal receiver. The city says it has made progress in many areas and does not believe a receivership is the solution.